Cult of the Lamb, 2 years later. So, in case you don't know, Cult of the Lamb is a roguelike game. Was developed by Massive Monster and published by Devolver Digital. The game gives me Binding of Isaac and Hades had a baby and created this. This game I've been playing recently, I've been streaming it, that's what you guys will be watching behind me, and I've just been playing through the story mode, and I just wanted to make a video about how the game has actually survived for almost 2 years. The reason primarily I wanted to talk about Cult of the Lamb is because I've been playing the game recently, and there's still been actual DLC updates coming up. The most recent update we gotten was roughly 3 weeks ago from this video, which is talking about Unholy Alliance. It's going to be a new update coming in August 12th. Another reason why I think Cult of the Lamb has taken over the world is just from its cute art style and how you actually play the game. So some topics that I'm going to be talking about is firstly, gameplay, second, story, thirdly, the immersion. Finally, just some stuff that I think that needs to be improved on the game. So, gameplay. The main gripe about the game is going through dungeons and actually clearing through certain areas, where you're just going to be attacking normally with square, but later on you do actually get a heavy attack, which uses up some of your devour when you press R1. I use a PS5 controller, and even the game does recommend you to use a controller. There are other elements instead of just fighting, where you take care of your cult members, and many other side objectives like fishing, or even talking to other NPCs which give you certain little objectives. Overall, the gameplay is super easy to pick up and it just helps you along the way at the start. They give you such simple instructions, they just make it very easy to understand what the next steps are to do. Which goes on to my next topic, which is story. The story isn't too difficult to understand. You're basically just a little lamb that was about to get sacrificed, yet you were intervened by a higher god, basically commanding you to create a cult under his name. But once creating that cult, you realize not everyone is on your side, and you may need to fight a gruesome battle. The old faith stops you here. You have 4 main bosses where you need to kill them in their own areas. This is where the progression comes in throughout the actual story. The main way you progress is through gaining more cult members. This ties in more into the cultist leadership and where you can actually control everyone that's actually following you and giving them certain commands to help your endeavor. The next topic is immersion. Throughout playing the game, I didn't have a single head scratch at all in where to go or what to do next. There was always something, always a little lead to go to the next area or to do the next objective, which I think did succeed to this game being so popular. I was immersed throughout the whole game from start to finish. The fluffy attitude of each character really sold how cutesy it was, yet having sacrifices being made and having a more dark and grim environment really did help to sell what this game was about, giving you little objectives to make sure that you know what you're doing next, which really helped out for the pacing of the game, where you could really pick if you just wanted to straight up beat the bosses or if you wanted to take it slow and to help your cult members really thrive. Just before we get onto my last topic, make sure you subscribe and don't forget to hit that like button. I just want to start making this YouTube channel more consistent, and any like and any subscribe would really help out. Now back to the video. Improvements. I'm just going to be talking about roughly what I think would need to be fixed to create a more fun atmosphere. I honestly think there isn't a lot to nitpick, but I feel like the combat is something that does need to be worked on a little bit more. It just feels spammy, and I feel like if there was a bit more variety, that may be a bit more fun. Another gripe that I had was once you complete a whole area, that's sort of it. You just go to the next area. There's not really reason to actually go back unless there's certain objectives, but even then, there's no reason to go back to other areas from the past. My final point about this game is that it sort of feels more straightforward. It doesn't stray away too far from its own path, which is a good thing, but due to it being a roguelite, it kind of off-balance itself. At the end of the day, Cult of the Lamb is really fun. When you play through the whole story, it feels like a very complete package, but there's not as much replayability as I'd like. I would like certain aspects to be implemented a bit more, but what can you do? That wraps up this video. I will be streaming the rest of this game as I still am going through a playthrough on my Twitch, BoraBora_VFX. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.